Hi, my name is Stephen Appiah, former international player. Keep watching Warm Up Plus on TV3, 10 o'clock every Saturday.
Yo, I bet him for Comico Fikin at our record will move. I say, keep watching Warm Up Plus on TV3 this and every Saturday morning. Move.
Hi, my name is Fifi Taki. Keep watching Warm Up Plus on TV3 every Saturday from 10 a.m.
Yo, John Show. Keep watching Warm Up Plus every Saturday on TV3, 10 a.m. sharp. It's your boy Atiko One. Fund them. Think up. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Larry Kingston, former Black Stars player and now Right to Dream U19 coach. Keep watching Warm Up Plus on TV3, Saturday, 10 a.m. sharp.
My name is Nana Dakwajesi, commentator for the Ghana Premier League. Keep watching Warm Up Plus on TV3 every Saturday morning.
Ye be pieni akwa bonti akwa chinchin di sika be fie. Ye pe sika be fie. What's up, people? This your boy Kwaku Darlington. Keep watching Warm Up Plus on every Saturday at 10 a.m. sharp on TV3. Worry about grip pow.
It's another exciting Saturday morning, and we're bringing you a lively edition of Warm Up Plus, where sports meets entertainment, lifestyle, and so much more. Now, the lineup for today is very entertaining. We're going to have the real dugout soon. Last week was fun, but it's even going to be more fun on this edition. And like I always say, for those of you who just watched the show, for a little bit of music after the sports, we also have some very exciting guests for you on the show. Now, this week on the Get Sporty segment, we were joined by the Body Basics Gym, and the man himself, he's called Emmanuel Kweku, and he's teaching us how to build our chest and our general body wellness effectively.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Collins Kweku. I'm a personal trainer at Body Basics Gym, and also on IG. My name is Physique Center. Here today, I'm here to teach you how to work on your pecs, which is your chest, and then work on your back muscle as well. So for now, when you're about starting, you just start with lighter weight to free your joint in order not to get injured. Squeeze the muscle to work on the major pecs. Squeeze, stretch. Take your time, don't be in a haste whilst you are pushing to contract the muscle very well. That's good. Drop. The next challenge will be the incline press, the dumbbells. Concentrate on the upper pecs. Squeeze, 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 and squeeze. For the dumbbell press, we move to the dumbbell rows. Always keep a good form and squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Don't be in a hurry. Just squeeze the muscle. For a good result, a better achievement, you squeeze. Then I'm gonna take you to one arm dumbbell row. One arm. Okay. You have the bench. Keep your leg this way. You squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. Squeeze and down. So in and down. In and down. Squeeze the muscle. Squeeze the muscle. For you who don't have the bench at home, who want to work on your back, using the same formula, I have this to teach you. You can go this way, okay? Keep your elbows right on your knee. Look forward and then squeeze. 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 So you move on to the pullover. If you have the bench at home, this is it. You go this way. Make sure you squeeze. 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 For those of us who don't have the bench at home, this is what you do. The same position. Now this time around, you stretch it a bit further and then squeeze it down. Stretch. Squeeze it. So you can see, you can do it with a bench, you can do it without a bench, right at your comfort. So that is it for the back and the chest workout for today. So I'ma hit you same time next week on Get Sporty. Right, same time. See you and safe. Bye.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Kweku, for Body Basics Gym, for all those entertaining tips. Now, we have learned that when it comes to the chest and the general building of the back, there is a lot of action that involves squeezing and the use of dumbbells. You'll be back next week with more. I am Aniela Alote. This is still Warm Up Plus, and there'll be so much more after the break.
Has one in his chest and is still playing. Also, in a really nice gesture, Belgium players hit the ball to touch in the 10th minute of the game as respect to Christian Eriksen's incident. Also at the Euros, Ronaldo may have taken off Coke bottles from the press table and urged people to drink water, but that didn't end there. Coke has lost over $1 billion in revenue after that incident and are looking to accrue some of it before the tournament ends. In the same vein, Francis Paul Pogba also took off the Heineken bottle on his press table. Others have found a way to make fun of it though. Russian coach Stanislav Sesisov took a drink out of the Coca-Cola bottle, and Ukraine star Andriy Yarmolenko also took the bottles and asked people to contact him.
Heineken, свяжитесь со мной.
Black Stars captain Andre Ayew, in a video, sent appreciative messages to the Jack Army and thanked them for their support. Ayew originally joined Swansea on a free transfer from Marseille back in 2015, scoring 12 goals in 35 appearances in the Premier League before joining West Ham United for £20.5 million a season later. He returned to Swansea City and has been their top scorer in the past 2 seasons. The Black Meteors have returned home after a 2-week tour of Asia where they played Japan and South Korea. Ghana played the 2 countries in 4 different international friendlies in Fukuoka and Jeju respectively. Coach Samuel Pakusi-Fabian's side lost 6-0 and 4-0 to Japan before falling 3-1 and 2-1 to South Korea in an exercise that gave the technical team the opportunity to assess their strengths against the Asian giants. 5 Ghana Premier League clubs have applied for license to participate in next season's CAF Interclub competitions. Joint league leaders Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko are among 5 clubs. The others include Mediama SC, Accra Great Olympics and Indiana Stars Football Club. The Ghana Football Association gave all the 18 Premier League clubs and participating clubs in the MTN FA Cup round of 32 the deadline of Wednesday, June 16, 2021 to apply for the license. In boxing, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's trilogy of fights will take place on July 24 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Wilder is seeking revenge from the Gypsy King. Let's head to tennis, where Japan's Naomi Osaka will not play at Wimbledon this year and is planning to return in time for the Tokyo Olympics. The 4-time Grand Slam champion will spend time with friends and family, having also withdrawn from the French Open in May. At the time, Osaka, who's 23 years old, said she was taking a break from tennis after experiencing depression and anxiety. The world number 2 says she is excited to play in front of her home fans in Tokyo. Osaka was fined $15,000 for not taking part in a news conference following her first round match at Roland Garros. 20-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal, who won Wimbledon in 2008 and 2010, also says he needs time to recuperate after a long clay court season. Finally, Accra Hearts of Oak have had their request to play on another day to have enough time to rest before the Super Clash turned down by the Football Association. Hearts play Legon Cities on June 24 before they take on Kumasi Asante Kotoko on June 27. The Phobians' argument was that they will not have enough time to rest before the Super Clash, but the FA says the match will go ahead just as planned. That's it for this week in sports on Warm Up Plus.
We're back on Warm Up Plus. I am Aniela Alote. And please, if you love the outfit that I'm wearing, then the place to shop is GoFab in Tema. You can reach them on the number 024-937-9052. Again, the number is 024-937-9052. Now I have the singular honor of introducing some very accomplished gentlemen that I have here in my midst. First off is Majid Waris. Now, Majid is a man, I think you should watch him on the ball to see the kind of talent that I'm speaking of, and he's currently playing in France. I also have Mr. Jerome Otri. Now, Jerome is my friend. I have to say that Jerome is my friend. And when we're talking about illustrious writing, when we're talking about football punditry, when we're talking about journalism generally, somebody with an authoritative voice, credibility, and independent-mindedness, then Jerome, the man himself, is definitely the one for you. Also, John, I don't even know if I should, kneel down or, because this is a legend that I have in my midst. Now, John, you've played across board when it comes to football. You played in England, you played for Ghana internationally. You've also played in Israel. You've played in quite a number of places, and it's my pleasure to have you on here, definitely. Now, I'll start with Majid on this one. Majid, how are you finding the Euro so far?
I think it's quite very interesting. Now, without the full fans on the stadium, I think football is very interesting. And then you can see with this, it have given a lot of the countries the chance to play a normal game. So you can see there's no a big club, a big country. So everyone have the opportunity to win.
Definitely.
So it have changed a lot of the...
But would you say that there's a player that has been your highlight so far?
For me, I'm kind of a player who doesn't really choose players. I like to watch everyone, and then I like to find players who play in the same position as me, and then try to pick up something from them.
I mean, that's definitely coming from the backdrop of you being a player. So obviously you'd identify with people who play like you or have some of your skill. Definitely. Now, I mean, Jerome, you covered a number of competitions. You've gotten to see a lot of footballers in action. How much of a shock was what happened to Eriksen to you?
It was a shock because I'm human and he's also human. So if anything like that happens, the humanity in you definitely will come to play. And I felt so bad looking at it. In fact, at some point, I was wondering what was happening. Just like, I mean, whoever was watching.
I mean, it was like he was going for the ball and suddenly he just dropped.
And, it brought back memories of Marc-Vivien Foé. I watched that Confederations Cup game and I saw what happened. So my heartbeat was, come on, we shouldn't see another incident of such nature. Thankfully, hours later, or is it minutes later, we were told that he's in stable condition and he's been recovering. We hope that we don't see anything like that. I mean, as we go about our daily lives, you can never tell what will happen. But, I mean, we can only pray that God who takes care of us will let us avoid these things and enjoy life to the fullest.
And then we move on from there, definitely. Now, John, Eriksen has been discharged. And I know that coming from the backdrop of you being a player, you knowing what it's like to recover, not just from injury, but getting back, or being told that you can never play again. How much of a blow do you think this is going to be for him?
Well, it's a big blow, very big blow, because he was on his peak. He was playing very, very good. And sadly, this incident happened, which no one has a control over it. As a player, it's going to be difficult for him to even accept that decision. But first of all, his life is also important. The life comes first. He won't take it lightly, but we're all praying that it goes well, because there's things that no one wishes to happen to any footballer. And then this kind of situation is very, very crucial and is always connected to footballers. That's why we need to take care of ourselves, things that we're not supposed to do, how we eat, the timing, having everything right, doing more checkups, I think will help. And even going to the game, there's certain food that you need to eat, drink more water, check your urine before you go to the game. I think it's also wake up to every footballer to get it right. So those who don't know, I think it happens somewhere, and then you pick the ideas from. But we wish him all the best, and then we pray that everything goes well.
John, I think next week we have to get you on the Get Sporty segment, because you're just giving me a lifelong health tips when it comes to football generally. But I mean, before I come back to Majid, I wanted to find out, you played football, and then you were also assistant manager at Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa. Now I'm wondering, how were you able to make that transition? Because we have a lot of times players are not able to transition very easily to managing or coach or such managerial skills, but you were able to do something of the sort at Kaizer Chiefs. Under different terrain in South Africa, what was the experience?
Good question. The experience was great, and the transition was very quick, as you said. Being a footballer, it's not only playing football, but also you need to be a good human being on the pitch and off the pitch. That is how I became assistant coach immediately after my career, hanging up my boots from the field.
The transition was quick.
It was very quick and easy one, like I said, because I was doing my development coaching lances as coaching kids and then development. But I was also working under Steve Compella, the coach who took me as his assistant. He coached me at Maritzburg United. And what I did was, joining Maritzburg United, I saw that the players were, excuse my word, they were a bit lazy to come to training in time. And me traveling to England has also changed a lot of things in my professional career at that time. So going in time to training, to warm up yourself, to stretch yourself up, before the coach comes, you're okay. So I started doing that when I went to Maritzburg United, and then the players started adopting it, which is not normal in South African football clubs. So by the time Steve Compella will come to the field, all the players were already there in numbers, which he wasn't expecting that. So he saw that there's something in me, and then that season we pushed to, qualify the team to the top 8. So from there, he said, John, your age, 36, 35, hang up your boots. You need to rest and come back and work with me. I thought he was joking. So the following season, I decided to hang up my boot and then go into coaching. So I came home. 2 weeks later, I received a call from Kaizer Chiefs asking me to come and then negotiate with my contract as assistant coach. I was shocked. I was shocked. So I think it's good for every player. When you're playing for a club, it's not only playing, but there's certain things, yes, to help the club going forward, because that will give you opportunity.
Definitely, John. Now, we've had some interesting news coming in here concerning the GFA disciplinary committee issues, and some of it has concerned Vladislav Viric, who is the head coach of Dreams FC, and also concerning the CEO of Great Olympics, as well as Emmanuel Jamfi, who is a player. And I want to start with Majid on this one concerning Emmanuel Jamfi, who is, a Kotoko midfielder. During the Inter-Allies game, he was held to have deliberately tackled somebody. Now, I'm wondering, from the backdrop of you being a player and playing actively, is there a temptation to hurt players out of you being a little bit frustrated, or some of these things just come off unconsciously in the heat of the moments of the game?
I think John will be the best.
No, John, I'll definitely come to you on that one.
Normally, there are a lot of temptation in football. Sometimes you can see him as a threat, and then you can decide to eliminate him. A lot of people does that. I've got friends that I've played with, and then sometimes they tell me this is what they have to do. So there are a lot of temptations in football, and then you just have to know how to cycle your mind around it and then try to prevent certain things.
And do it, diligently. I mean, you're trying to eliminate a player, but you're not trying to hurt him or end his career.
That's why I say you just have to know how to do it. It's not like something you're just going to kick him. That's why I was saying John will be the best to answer.
I mean, definitely. Now, Jerome, I'll come to you on Vladislav Viric and some of the comments that he made. Now, we know that if we should critically analyze the GFA regulations 2019, there are some guidelines for control of football in the Premier League generally. There are also certain articles like, 34 going downwards that tell us that there are certain things we are not supposed to do, whether as players, club officials, bringing the game into disrepute. Yeah. Talking about some corruptive actions, or just generally giving a general feeling of things are not being done in the league. Do you think that the GFA's decision was right when they smacked him with a 2,000 Ghana cedis fine as well as a one-match ban?
What the GFA is seeking to do is to bring sanity into the game. Even though they appreciate that, like Majid just said, football is full of emotions, very passionate. It gets to a point where even those of us who are not on the field, the kind of things we say outside the game.
Jerome, I'm a victim. Exactly. I'm a victim myself.
So for a coach who felt cheated, and I'm not saying his concerns were right, I'm just saying that he felt he was cheated. he would come out there and complain about how he felt things went. Now, the point the GFA wants to make is that even if you feel things have not gone right for you in the game, maybe per the referee's decision or an assistant referee's decision, what you need to do is to make a formal complaint after the game, and the FA will take care of that. Once you go outside of the remits the FA has given you to let out your complaints or your disagreement, then the FA's rod will come at you. Some have said, and I have said so too, that it gets a bit so unnatural to be smacking coaches here and there for one or two things they say. But you see, if we really want to bring decency into the game, then some of these actions have to be taken. As to whether or not the FA has been fair in the discharge of these things, it's another matter, because I've seen some of the punishment or some of the sanctions, and sometimes I wonder whether or not they will serve as any deterrent.
Because you think 2,000 Ghana
Yeah, because
a match ban?
I mean, if at the end of the day I will still express myself in a very disproving way, and the FA will smash me, and I will just have to pay 2,000, it gets to a point where you may be, okay, I'll do it and still pay. But then, if you are also wise, you know that if you keep doing it, maybe one day the sanctions will be different. It will be stiffer than previously, the previous ones you have had. And that could go against your team. I mean, if you look at the Gyamfi incident, for instance, I have not played football the way Majid and...
But Jerome, I know you were a goalkeeper.
Of course, but,
I know you were a goalkeeper.
But not at the level Majid and John has done. The emotion definitely will get you to do something silly, because we are humans. But you also have to put it under check, especially when you are the leader of the team.
You have this image. There's a duty on you
Exactly.
not to...
And if it's a normal tackle, I mean, the course of the game, that's where I have a problem with Gyamfi. Not exactly what he did, but the motives. It wasn't in the course of the game to say there was an action or a move that he wanted to stop the player.
Tempers were high. He was moving according to the pace.
This one was off the ball. He checked, no one was watching, and then he stepped on him. I think when you do that, the intent alone gives you away. And that's why I have said that he needs to check it, because this is not the first time he's doing that. There are videos that show that he's done that 2-3 times. If you are not careful, you take it a notch higher, and then the punishment will be higher than this.
I mean, definitely. Now, John, Majid has spoken about Emmanuel Gyamfi. I've asked Jerome concerning Vireč, but also there is Oluboy Commodore, and that is the CEO of Great Olympics. He has also been slapped for some of the comments that he made, that but for some kind of refereeing, Hearts of Oak will not be at the top of the table. Do you think that this is something that he should be saying? What do you make of the whole thing, and especially the sanctions as well?
Yeah, I think, being a leader, you need to live with example. Certain things you are not supposed to be doing, or certain words or comments not to be mentioned outside, because there's a code of conduct before you start the league. The FA will make sure that everybody goes through it. And as a CEO, you should know better that whatever you say will go against the club and then also the football fraternity. So if you are a CEO, you have a lot of tax. You must talk at the right time, at the right place. But when you come out with such a comment, it will look like the FA is not doing well, and the officials and all. Then the players will also take it to play part in the players. If my CEO is fighting, I have to also fight. Then to take them to the game. Like, let me come back to Majid, what you were saying about the players. Football is a gentleman's game. And now ladies are playing, so it's also a ladies' game. So when you are playing, sometimes people provoke you, but you must also think that that's where your professionalism have to come on. I'll use myself as an example. When I used to play for Fulham, I was with Peter Crouch. He came to me and he said something that is not good to me. So I was very, very upset. He went to ask my colleague, and then...
But John, what exactly did Crouch say to you that got you?
Oh, I'm not going to say it, yeah. It wasn't good word that he used. So he went to ask my colleague that, how is John? I said this to him, and he said, no, you went for a wrong person. Sadly, he switched position. I also follow him there. I abandoned my position because I was very, very angry, which I should have controlled it. I followed him to the left side, hammer him, came back to my position. And the yellow card was issued to me.
That was revenge on your part.
Yes. So later on, when I watched the video, I said, I should have controlled it, you know. But we learn from our mistakes.
In some of your experiences.
Yes, yeah, because the more you play, the more you become an experience. But I think it's a wrongdoing when a player says something to you, you didn't report to the referee. You have a way to, you go to your captain, this guy said this to me, so just get it to the referee. The referee will monitor. But you stamping him without the ball, it's very, very bad.
And it speaks to your professionalism
yes,
as a player
it
as well.
speaks about you, and then a lot of teams now that have watched it, and you're going to cost the team. When you're on red card, you're going to cost the team. So I think it's good that it happened, and some of the players will also learn from it.
I mean, that buttresses Jerome's point as well, some exemplary measure. Now we'll take a look at the FA Cup fixtures round of 32. Now, Majid, what club would you say is your best club in the Ghana Premier League? Ghanaian club? You don't like it when I push you to say some of these things and choose your favorites, but Majid, this one you have to tell me.
I think I like Legon City. And then I'm looking at the professionalism of how they handle things. I'm not looking at the performance. I think most of the clubs need to step up a little bit, and then I think that will help the league a little bit. I've not been keeping up with the league a lot, but I like the professionalism of that team. Definitely.
Now, Jerome, when we talk about Kotoko and we talk about writing, we have to marry the two and put you in there somewhere, and then they are going up against Thunderbolts, is it? And how are you going to see the game?
I think it's going to be an exciting, I have said it's a community game. I don't remember the last time Kotoko played any competitive game outside of the Baba Yara stadium. And normal stadia like that. This one is more or less going to be somewhere else. And I've been looking at the people around Ejisu, and all those guys who normally will not see Kotoko there. And I think that is going to be a big motivating factor for the team, because this is more or less a small side coming against a big team. And in the FA Cup, you know the tagline, Obia Nyobia. If care is not taken,
you will be wiped out to your surprise.
And what I'm praying for is that Kotoko will take its chances. Chances in the game, they'll utilize it within 90 minutes and not go for, the penalty kicks, because it can be funny. And I have never liked it. The last time Kotoko exited the competition very early, it was something like this in Tema, against a side that nobody thought could even kick out Kotoko. So it's going to be an exciting game. For a team that is neck to neck with Hearts of Oak trying to win the league competition, progressing in the FA Cup is very important. And I'm just hoping that Barreto and the guys, not to really underestimate the opponent, but then they will take their chances. Assert themselves. Let us see that, yes, we are Asante Kotoko, and kick these guys out and progress.
We are also Hearts of Oak.
I know.
We are also Hearts of Oak today. Yeah. Definitely, but still on the fact that they are Asante Kotoko. John, we are seeing the table, and we are seeing just how tight the Ghana Premier League table is looking. Just a point or two and you'll be completely wiped off. We have Kotoko at 53, Hearts of Oak also at 53, but they are above Kotoko. We have the likes of Karela, Midiama pushing it. Do you think that this is a very impressive season that you've watched from the Ghana Premier League thus far?
Very, very tight, a tough competition, big season for everybody. Now we don't know who is going to relegation. We don't know who is winning the league.
Because even in Tahala, give them chance, 5-0, you get it.
It's very tight. We don't know who is going to be top 8, the last and then the first. So it has been the fantastic ever league that we all have witnessed previously. I would say the good officiating has made it like that, because previous leagues, when you are going to play away, you know that if care is not take care, I will take 0, whether I score or not. Playing home, definitely 3 points is in my locker already. But this year, I'm not seeing that. If you are playing away and you step up your game a little bit, you will take 3 points or 1 point. So I would say the officiating stop. Though they are human beings, they make small mistakes somewhere, but they have made the game like that. And also, big ups to the FA for putting good measures in place, making sure that everybody is doing right. If you're a coach, you have the right material to carry on. If you are also a club, there's certain things you need to do. Like he mentioned, Legon Cities, they are doing fantastic. In terms of branding and then also putting structures in place. a company without a structure is nothing. Departments, structures are very, very important in a company, which Legon City has it all. Now you can see a lot of teams now. Nobody is renting buses. Everybody has their own bus. When they'll come, they'll brand it. You see the name on the bus.
Do you think that adds to the confidence?
Yes, it's more professional. Players walking into the bus with air-conditioned bus, their chest goes up. But if they are going with sometime like bone shaker, the heat will burn them before they get to the field. They sweat it out. So now you can see that the professionalism, going to the field, the players coming, eating coming to train the right time, taking their salary every month at the right time. It's amazing. So this league, it has been fantastic.
Definitely, John, I feel like I can listen to you the whole day. The systematic way in which you laid out things. Definitely, Majid, you are a prodigy. I would call you a prodigy from the Right to Dream Academy. And now you've chalked up a lot of successes. Currently, you are playing in France. What has that experience and transition been like for you?
For me, going all the way from Right to Dream and then starting as a student in UK have actually changed a lot of things in my life. For example, during our time in our academy, we learned a lot about giving back. We learned a lot about different things, about different culture. And then doing all these kind of changes just matured me as a man to understand certain culture and then try to adapt and then also give back to my community.
Definitely. And John, we've spoken about your professional lifestyle as a player as well as your coaching career. But currently, right now, June 2021, John, what are you up to?
Right now, I'm building my academy, John Painter Football Academy, just giving chance to give an opportunity to the talented young kids who wants to become like some of us. And
what's the age limits concerning
the
that?
age limit right now, we are on 15 to 19 years.
Oh, John, you've eliminated me. I cannot join
the
academy now.
It's good to catch them young. Yeah. So what John Painter Football Academy is doing is to go to rural areas, pick players, because myself, I was picked from Brekum. I was discovered from Brekum, which nobody knew that.
Definitely, we have some stints from John Pinstall's academy being displayed on our screens currently.
Yeah, thank you. And then, and this June too, we are trying to also pick the kids from 8 years to 15 years, giving them opportunity, because now the students are going for a long vacation, so which is 1 month. So John Painter Football Academy want to use this 1 month to also catch the youngsters, more talent. And also ease pressure from the parents, because, when kids are home, a lot of trouble.
Running around, you don't know where to put them, whether some extra classes. Football is a good use of your time as well.
So we will be there to take the kids from them in the morning, they drop them, and then after work, they can pick them back home. So it's easing pressure and also hunting the talent.
Definitely, John. Now the conversation is getting very interesting with Majid, Jerome, and John, and there is more coming up on Warm-Up Plus. But if you like the set, you should know that Decathlon Ghana has got us with their props, so you can do well to reach them on www.decathlonghana.com.gh for all your sporting items under one roof. We'll take a little breather. When we come back, there is more on Warm-Up Plus.
This is hand of it's a sign of prayer,
Okay.
And you can see, without this, there will be no Christianity. Exactly. Messi did one when I saw it, and I wanted to do the same thing, but at least in a different style, add something different to it. So I love football, praying. And also, this looks like an Egyptian shield. I don't know if you've seen this before.
Egyptian shield.
Yeah, so something like that. And I have my mom here on my chest.
Okay.
When I lost her, so I tattooed her. But this one is just a design.
Yeah. That's a design.
Just to cover the
more like some
flowers and flowers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. sometimes, you know, I just want to change my face. You know, when you do one hairstyle and you have the same face with a different hairstyle, sometimes people can see you and say, oh, you have changed, you know. So this is the reason why I've been changing hairstyles every time. If you look at my pics and where I've played, I've been changing hairstyles. But I think I like this, the Rasta type is like a natural one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very good. But I will change again, definitely.
You're going to change again?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I would say I've played against top players, but Harris Nafo, in training, you know, when we are training, it's difficult for me to dribble him because he's also fast and he has a very good turn.
Yeah.
So I don't like defenders who are really quick and they can turn quick because I'm an agility player. So if I meet a defender who is quick like that, is a bit difficult for me. I would say Harrison is very difficult to dribble for me in training. For sure, Tuchel is there also. He has won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Klopp is there.
Sure.
I could have picked Benitez, but he's not coaching now.
Coaching
you know.
now.
Yeah. And Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
top man. Number one is Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Hazard, Mohamed Salah. I was very happy because I was telling my friend that I want Chelsea to win, though I like Guardiola very much, his style of play. But Chelsea was my team, so I wanted Chelsea to win. I was very happy that they won the Champions League. People didn't believe they can really win. People were expecting Man City to win the game, but when I believed that they could win it, and truly they won the Champions League. I think they are becoming very competitive in Europe now with the coach coming in, so it's all going to be good. I'm going to watch next season because the league, the Premiership is going to be crazy. The league here is mainly about Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko. Even when I was a kid, you can see it's always Hearts and Kotoko. And what they are trying to build now is they are trying to build a good team, yeah, so that the league will be more competitive again like before. You know, they want the league to be very interesting for the fans to be able to watch. I know a lot of players watch the Premiership, but with Kotoko and Hearts, they are building a very good team. I think I was trying to go to stadium and watch, is it recently they played Hearts and Olympics. Yeah. Oh my God, I couldn't believe the crowd when I went there. You know, I was not able to enter the stadium because of the crowd. Oh, okay. So I came back home. Oh. And the level is okay, it's very good. And the way the fans are supporting the Ghana Premier League now is very good because this is the kind of support the league needs to move forward. I would say I've had a lot of players, but the people that I've heard more, you know, who have been in the news, yeah, more, I think, is Fabio Gama, Blasan Wako, and what's the name? This Hearts of Oak, Salifou.
Well, back on Warm Up Plus, it's still me, Aniela Aloto, and huge shout outs to Christian Achu and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah for that stellar segment. Now, I want to come back to you, Majid, on this one, because Christian Achu mentioned, you know, changing his hairstyle. He had a tattoo on his leg that he says he got inspiration from Messi. He has also a number of tattoos around him. Now, Warm Up Plus is not just about sports, but it's about lifestyle as well. And I'm seeing you, there's no tattoo in sight. I mean, unless the parts that are covered have tattoos, but also you have like a clean fade as well. Tattoos, hairstyles, not really your thing?
No, not really. I think in football life, everyone have got his own personality. And then from me, since growing up, even to make even a little line on my head, I think I find it very difficult. I'm not even sure if my parents will accept that. So I don't have any tattoo, and then I don't think I will ever have one. And then I'm not even going to think about that because one, my family will not accept that. And
but what about piercings, Majid?
No.
No piercings. No tattoos.
I remember when we were in college, my friends were having this magnet one. So I was trying of getting one. I was thinking, if my mom or my dad see this, how is he or she going to start thinking? I'm from like a strong Muslim background home, and then they don't accept those kind of things easily. I remember one time I came home and then my shorts was like a little bit down. I was walking in front of my mother. He called me back. I turned and then he pulled it up.
So now you know that that's not the kind of lifestyle that you have to live.
Yeah.
Okay, but Majid, still on Black Stars call-ups, how are you finding the playing field this far?
For me, I think I'm more settled in my club at the moment, and I'm thinking more on the club level at the moment. I see the team is developing well. There are a lot of good young players. And then
good young players like?
Kudus is coming up. So there are a lot. I cannot stop mentioning names. There are a lot of them. I just hope they are a good mixture of experience and then the young one, because sometimes only leaving too much young ones can mess things up. So I hope the coach find a good balance in the team, and then I think that will help the team.
I mean, definitely. Now, Jerome, we mentioned Christian Atsu talking about how he thinks that the level of playing and officiating and all of that has improved in the Ghana Premier League this season. Do you share those same views?
I think in terms of play, we can say it's gone a notch higher, because if you look at the performances of each of the teams, you can't really say this team has been poor. Even those in the bottom ranks, like King Faisal, Inter Allies, the way they play would surprise you why they are down. Because, I mean, Kotoko is second to Hearts of Oak, 53 points. Inter Allies is bottom.
But they nearly.
Yes, and that validates the fact that even though they are down, the performance, the quality of play is high. Except that, I mean, they are down, but the quality is high. In terms of officiating, I have to be honest, there's been good ones, but there has also been some bad ones, which sometimes is very difficult to understand. For instance,
especially with people who have qualifications.
Yes, I mean, if a referee awards a penalty, my assumption is that he saw the incident. That's why he's given a penalty. If he goes in to punish a different player, I'm like, then what did you see? You know, there have been instances, and you can cite instances in every league game, not just some particular teams. Yes, some teams may have benefited more, but overall, you can tell that officiating somehow has not been the best. But I think John made that point that, I mean, referees are humans. Let's not take that away from them. Sometimes, because we want our teams to win so much, we become so unforgivable that, look, you can't make mistakes. Just do your job as you know it. But then they are humans.
They are inevitable in the game,
so,
invariably.
Yes, the officiating can improve, and I think it has to improve well. We must see massive improvement. But take and give, or give and take, I think it's been okay.
Quite an impressive
I'm just
season.
looking forward to next week, and you know what I'm thinking.
Definitely. Now, John, very briefly, Christian Atsu had mentioned his top coaches and top players. I mean, for somebody who's transitioned from a player into a coach, I just want you to just very briefly tell me who has been a coach that you have looked up to.
Roy Hodgson, my own former coach. Yeah, he was amazing. I mean, he transformed me, gave me opportunity to establish myself, to prove to the world what I'm capable of. And he also carried on to take Liverpool, the national team, and all, and he's still working so hard.
So you are thankful for opportunity and a time to display. But Jerome, very briefly on this one, Dogbe and Lopez. The fight. Now, Dogbe has said he's going to exploit Lopez's weaknesses. What do you think about it?
I wish Dogbe well, but I mean, I have to say that the images of him in the last 2 or 3 fights he's had makes me feel that he needs to really work hard, because in previous fights he was really punished. And I just don't want to see a Ghanaian boxer. Growing up, I saw Azuma, I saw Ikote. I mean, they were not punished like that. They would rather punish you, or they would rather punish opponents. So if today, yes, he's done well, but if the last 2 fights haven't gone well, you hope or you wish that this time he gets it right and is able to.
And then he moves on from there.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Majid. Thank you so much, Jerome. Thank you so much, John. But you know, there's a segment on the show called Decathlon Moments. And so, Majid, I play, so you go show me some 1, 2. The ball day here, pole day here. Hey, hey. But you go do them. Oh.
Sometimes you just have to.
But me, I dey wear heels. So you, Majid, please come and join me. John, you are not exempted. Should you go back small?
No, it's okay.
Pass the ball.
Was that hard? You go do one more, then John Jerome. Then you do one more, you win. Me? Yes, one more, then John. This one easy. Go. What's that hard? John. John once. Easy.
I'm sure.
Thank you so much, guys. Jerome, you wrap up with just one.
I'm sure if I miss my
Everybody has done it, just one. Easy. Thank you so much, Jerome. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, Majid, for joining us today on this segment of Warm-Up Plus. It's been a huge pleasure. Thank you, Decathlon Ghana, for the moment as well as all the props. Also, GoFab in Tema, thank you for this fabulous outfit and do well to shop from GoFab in Tema. This has been Warm-Up Plus. I am Aniela Alote. Do have a very, very lovely weekend and enjoy the games in the coming weekend.